Hello everyone. This is our second chapter, merger and acquisition. We have already completed the first and the fifth chapter. This is the theoretical part of second chapter, merger and acquisition. So what is merger? A merger is an agreement that unites two existing companies into one new company, or it is an agreement in which two companies join together to form one company. In other words, a merger is the combination of two companies into single entity. Okay, it is also defined as the combination of two or more companies or firm to form a new entity, or acquisition of one firm by another, whereby the acquired company continue and the acquiring company exit. The example of these are this merger and acquisition is Vodafone and Idea. We can understand this by an example here. There are two industries, industry A and industry B. If they combine together or come under the one single ambit, then they will form a new company that is called as C company. This is only called as merger. Okay, now we have to understand the difference between the merger and acquisition. What is a merger? As we said, that amalgamation of two companies or two entities to form a single entity. Okay, that's called as merger. But in case of acquisition, the act of overtaking something and acquiring it to be yours is called as acquisition. In case of merger, two companies come together and form a new company. But in case of acquisition, one company acquire another company and the existing of one company ceases here. Okay, now we have here two different forms of merger. First one is merger through absorption and the second one is merger through consolidation. Under merger through absorption, the combination of two or more companies into one existing company is known as absorption. What happens here is, when two or more entities are combined into an existing company, it is known as merger through absorption. In this type of merger, only one entity survives after the merger, while the rest of all ceases to exist as they lose their entity. For example, Tata Chemicals Limited absorbed Tata Fertilizer Limited. So Tata Chemical Limited will continue the business, whereas the Tata Fertilizer Limited will be ceased as it has been absorbed by the Tata Chemical Limited. One company continues and another company ceases to exist. Okay, the next form is merger through consolidation. It is a combination of two or more companies into a new company. In this merger, all the existing companies which continue into liquidation and form a new company with different entity. In this, when two or more companies fuse to give a birth to a new company, it is known as merger through consolidation. This implies that all the companies to the merger are dissolved, that is, they lose their entity and a new company is created. Okay, the examples of these are consolidation of Hindustan Computers Limited, Indian Prographics Limited, Indian Software Company Limited, Hindustan Instruments Limited to form a new company, HCL Limited. Okay, all the companies which are merging, those will ceases to exist and new company will form. Okay, here we have some types of merger. First one is horizontal merger, second vertical, third conglomerate merger, fourth concentric or conjuric merger, last reverse merger. So let us discuss this one by one. First one we have here is horizontal. When two or more companies dealing in the same product or services join together is known as horizontal merger. Or we can say horizontal merger is said to be horizontal when the companies are combined, operate in the same industry or ideal in similar line of business. The market share of newly formed company is greater than the individual entities. It is aimed at reducing competition, increasing market shares, economies of scale, and research and development. The example of it is Amazon and Flipkart, which belongs to the same or ideal or similar type of industries, that is e-commerce companies, and Tata Motors and Volkswagen, which are automobile companies. So if they merge, that is called as horizontal merger. Next we have vertical. A vertical merger is the merger of two or more companies that provide different supply chain function for a common good or service. Most often, the merger is affected to increase synergies, gain more control of the supply chain process, and ramp up business. A vertical merger often results in reduced cost and increased productivity and efficiency. So it takes place when companies are having buyer-seller relationship joined to create a new company. It is an integration of two companies that are working in the same industry, though at a different stage of production and distribution. It can be upstream or downstream, okay, or we call it as um, upstream and downstream itself. Where the business take over its suppliers, then it is upstream merger, or when the company extend to its distribution entities, the merger is termed as downstream. So for example, if I take an example here, Tata Motors and MRF Tires, okay, these are the two different companies. Tata Motors are automobile industry and MRF Tire is a company uh, which that is supply chain, right, which supplies the material, raw material to the industry. So merger with raw material supplier, which means if a company is merging with those companies which are providing raw materials to them, that would be considered as the vertical merger in simple words. Next we have conglomerate merger. A conglomerate merger refers to a merger between two firms which are carrying on business activities unrelated to each other. Conglomerate merger generally occurs between companies operating in different industries, different categories, or in different geographical location. The purpose of conglomerate merger may be a business expansion or other business reason. So conglomerate merger is a type of business integration in which the merging companies are not related to each other, that is neither horizontally nor vertically. In a conglomerate merger, two or more companies operating in different business line combine under one flagship company. For example, Tata merger with Airtel company or Flipkart with the ACC Cement. These, see, Tata Motors and Airtel, one is service industry, one is automobile industry. These are two different companies. If they join together, that would be a conglomerate merger. Flipkart is a e-commerce company, right? And this ACC Cement, it's an different stream business. So if they combine together or merge together, that would be your conglomerate merger. Under this we have two types. First one is market expansion or merger or mixed merger. Second one is pure merger. So mixed merger would be that would be looking to expand product line or target market. In case of pure merger, totally unrelated and operate in distinct market. Next, fourth one we have is concentric or conjuric merger. A concentric merger is a merger in which two companies from the same industry come together to offer an extended range of products or services to customers. These companies often share similar technology, marketing and distribution channels and look to the concentric merger to create synergies. This type of transaction can also be called as congeneric merger. Congeneric merger. Okay. So it is a merger when the companies undergoing merger operate in the same or related industry. However, Their product line are different, as in they do not offer some products but related one. The acquired and target company share similar distribution channel. The best example of this is Tata Motors and Bharat Petroleum. In nutshell, we can say these are the companies which are related industry but different products. Okay. Last one we have reverse merger. A reverse merger is when a private company becomes a public company by purchasing control of the public company. The shareholders of the private company usually receive large amount of ownership in public company and control of its board of directors. A merger is when in a public listed company is taken over by the privately held company and provides an opportunity to the private company to go public without going through the complex and lengthy process of the getting listed on the stock exchange. Next concept is motives of merger. The motives of merger can be classified into three categories: strategic merger, financial motives, and organizational motives. Under strategic motives, we have six different motives: expansion and growth, diversification of strategy, economies of scale, synergy, market leadership, new market entry. Under financial, we have revival of safe unit, better financial planning, reduced tax liability, fundraising capital. And under organizational motives, managerial effectiveness, ego satisfaction, retention of managerial skill, and the last one is removal of inefficient management. Let's discuss this one by one. First, we have expansion and growth under strategic motives. If allocate by a good government, expansion and growth through merger is less time consuming and cost effective. A company not go rapidly through internal expansion, it can cross many stages of growth at one time through amalgamation. For example, okay, sorry for that. Diversification of strategy, second point. Two or more companies operating in different line can diversify their activity through amalgamation. Since different companies are already dealing in their respected life, there will be loss risk in diversification. Here, merger with uh, different companies. Third one is economies of scale. When two or more companies come together, will have more resources. Would be human resource marketing, finance, or general resources. Fourth one is synergy. Synergy takes reforms or reverse enhancement and cost saving. Synergy is defined on the sum of where being greater than the individual part, it is called as synergy, right? And generally occurs in the vertical merger and to a little extent in a horizontal merger. Fifth one, market leadership. It is not common for the leading player in marketing to acquire the second or third player to retain the market position. Merger may be reduced the unhealthy competition between the firm who are competing with each other and achieving the market leadership. Last one, new market entry. When one firm wants internal market wants to internal market, it has to decide upon what are the strategies applied for the market entry. The best strategy is to merge with another company. Next we have is financial motives. Under that, first one is revival sick units. If a wherever unit became a sick or a healthy company like to merge with it so as to repeal of the hidden potential of the sick unit. Next one, better financial planning. The merger companies will be able to their resources in a better way. The collective finance of merger companies will be merged than the utilization may be better than in its a specific concern. It may be happen that one of the merging company as short question period while the other has long question period. Third one is reduce tax liability. Merger may be motivated by the desire to reduce fair a merger on save takes in several ways. The merger between two different companies are paying higher taxes and other huge tax losses can create potential. The fourth one is fundraising capital. The increase in fixed assets, current assets based with improved the firm pricing capacity and more working capital and financial can be sought from bank and national institution. The company can issue shares and other debit investments to the public. Okay, the last one is third one, organization motives, marginal effectiveness. By combining together the managerial skills are also fulfilled together, this will be enhance the stability and increase the growth rate of both the companies. One of the potential gain of the merger is increase the managerial effectiveness. Next one is ego satisfaction. The money power available in the top management and corporate houses there promote the managers to explore the possibilities. Third one is retention of managerial skills. Human resources are considered essential and important to ensure growth in the senior management. Talent may require to attempt the merger. Fourth one is removal of inefficient management. Merger is quick remedy to replace inefficient an organization which has to say higher product strength. Okay, these are the motives of merger. Next concept is strategic. Sorry, here. Okay, the next concept we have here is source of value creation in merger. The next concept is source of value creation in merger. There are three different points through which we can create value in merger. First one is cost saving, second one is revenue enhancement or market extension, third one is new growth opportunity. So what is cost saving here? Merger of two or more companies firm allows for saving through scale of economies or scope of economies. Merger firm acquires not only from selling the same product but also for selling complementary product, hereby unavailing the accomplishment of scale and scope of economies in the production, marketing, scale, inbound and outbound logistics. Increase with the merger activities. The merging firm may also able to react firm level economies in support services such as logistic and marketing. Second one is market extension. Market extension from small scale and the sub-regionals and regional then to national market given the merger, the opportunities for the revenue enhancement. This increases the size and visibility of merger firm, also provide opportunities for brand building. The large firm size due to competition compete on more equal terms with established competition and gain market shares. Third one is new growth opportunities. Revenue enhancement opportunities then raises from the liberalizing of market resources and capabilities of the firm. This would include sales post redevelopment and general marketing expertise. Merger also provide the opportunities for the creative interactive among the firms and for new technologies product and market line. Next we have synergy. Synergy is the concept that combine value and performance of two companies will be greater than the sum of the separate individual parts. Synergy is term that is most commonly used in the context of merger and acquisition. Here we have three type of synergy. First one is operating or business synergy, second financial, and third one is managerial synergy. Operating synergy is when the value and the performance of two firms combined is greater than the sum of the separate firms apart and such allows for the firm to increase their operating income and achieve high growth. Financial synergy occurs when the joining of two companies improves financial activities to a level greater than when the companies were operating as separate entities. And then managerial synergy occurs when the management of the company merging as superior abilities from which the other firms has profit. Sometimes a change in ownership can also reduce the managerial overhead. Okay, the theories are there in corporate merger. We'll discuss it later. And the most important thing here is financing of merger, which can be done by two different things: cash offer or cash compensation, and the stock exchange or share exchange. We have problems on it, we will solve it in our next class.